again, so do you sometimes wonder whether you should be planning ahead, and if you don't plan, what's going to happen, right? Is it bad? Is it awful? Is it good? Is it something that, is going to make a huge difference in what you do? Of course, it depends on what you're doing, but we're going to talk about whether you should always plan ahead or not, and what's the difference in a moment. But first, this my. So the real question is this: what are the strategies, techniques, and tools that you need to learn to generate residual income from the e-learning boom that's happening right now? My name is Jean-Serge and welcome to Course Income Secrets. And planning is one of the things I probably am the worst at, right? I don't really plan, like these videos, for example. I don't plan them ahead. I don't really think. Sometimes I do. I mean, I did in the past, and I still do once in a while, where I'll get an idea and I'll write it down, and at least I'll think a little bit ahead of what that topic is going to be and everything. But today I'm actually talking about planning and how I maybe don't plan as much as I should, and why that might be okay depending on what you're trying to do, and why planning can be skipped or not, right? So, and the other reason I'm bringing this up is because I actually had somebody tell me today that when they look through my videos, they actually can see that it looks and this person was being kind, was saying that it looks like sometimes, but not always, you're not planning ahead and that. And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't plan ahead. At least most times I don't, right? And I'm not saying that because it's a good thing. I know there's benefits to planning, and it's a lot better to plan. But the thing is that for me, it's about looking at the big picture, right? What is it that you're trying to accomplish that would really make a big difference by planning? And also, probably the bigger question for me is, what will be the problem or the risk or the negativity around not planning? Is that going to be a huge impact on what you're trying to accomplish, right? It's like for me, I'm trying to accomplish building an audience, getting people to engage, getting people to know me, getting people to understand what I'm about, what I talk about. And to me, part of that is just how I plan or don't plan, right? And for me, if the audience out there doesn't like that I don't plan, well, they're not going to be fans. They're not going to follow me, and that's okay. I have this okay, the acceptance around that, because if you are trying to build a brand online, a personal brand, well, part of it is being you. So if you are a person who plans everything you do, then yeah, of course you've got to plan, because that's who you are. And if you're a person who doesn't plan, typically, well, you shouldn't really try to force yourself into it unless it becomes you, right? I'm not saying it's not a good thing. It is a good thing. I know I should be planning more. I should be putting my list together. I should be thinking about my topic. I should be, everything should be organized so that when I present my topic in these episodes, that it really is clear that I planned it, that it flows, it's perfect, it's great. Of course that's better. Of course that's better than not planning. And I'm not saying, and just don't misunderstand, I'm not saying that you should not be planning. You should be planning. I'm just saying, if you don't take the time to plan, or if you feel you don't have the time to, or if you feel it's not required because you're able to kind of wing things and able to kind of just do things, and just be careful, right? Because there's some things that you really should be planning, and other things that you really might not need to. But in my case, doing these daily episodes, because I'm doing it all every day, because I'm getting used to it, part of me wants to get better at doing them without planning, right? Because when you look at the top leaders out there, when they present a topic, most times, yeah, sure, they might write down what the topic is, or they might write down two or three bullets they want to talk about or something. And that's the extent of the planning that I want to be doing. I don't want to be, writing the whole thing down. I don't want to be thinking the whole thing through. That's just not me. That's just not me. And I don't want to do that And I don't want to get into the habit of doing that, because to me, that's time that can be spent on other things. And it really depends on your personality, depends on your confidence level, depends on all sorts of different things like that, whether you should be doing that or not. And if it makes you feel more comfortable to plan ahead, to write the whole topic down, to think about the whole thing and practice it once or twice before you do it, then you should do that. You need to do what makes you feel good, what makes you feel confident, what improves your ability to do a better job, right? Whatever it is that you need to do, if it's planning, if it's putting together a list, if it's putting together a detail of what you're going to do, if it's practicing, all these things, they have to be you. They have to be what you need. Don't do what because other leaders are telling you to do things. Don't skip planning because I tell you that I don't take the time to plan most times. Don't do that. Don't go with whatever somebody else tells you to do. Go with what feels right for you, right? If you feel you need to plan before you accomplish something, then you definitely need to be planning. Now, if we're talking about a big thing, like planning a trip, or your next 10 years of your life, or where you want to be in 20 years from now. Well, yeah, those things, you should have at least a plan that kind of outlines what the end result is, what the steps are, what milestones are, how you're going to get there, how you're going to split this up into little pieces so that you are getting some momentum. All these things, it's not the same as planning a 5-minute, episode, a 5-minute video or audio, or just putting a post on Facebook or something, right? Those things are not the same. But if you're the type that needs to plan, if you like to plan, then you need to. It's going to be better for you, right? So, and I know, like I said, I know that it's better to plan. I'm not saying don't plan. I'm not saying I think I'm smarter that I'm not planning or something, or whenever I don't plan, whenever I just do a topic. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it has to be you. Whatever you feel, whatever you need, whatever your personality requires to gain confidence, to produce a better result. Those are the times that you should use those events, those abilities, those results you should use to decide whether you should be planning or not. And planning, it can be as simple as writing down a topic, writing down 4 or 5 bullet points that you have. That can be enough for planning for you if that's what you need to improve your, like for me, that's what I do sometimes. Whenever I have a topic that I'm not exactly sure, or I just learned, and I want to make sure that I at least cover a few things, I'm going to write it down, like I did it for the other day when I was talking about the blue ocean marketing strategy. I wrote down, what do I think? Thinking about your market, thinking about see, I'm reading it there. Thinking about the industry, thinking about the people outside your industry. So, those are the 3 levels that I thought of that I wanted to cover in that topic. So sometimes I do plan, and it helps. But other times when it's a topic that's kind of like something I know that I talk about all the time, that it's clear to me, then I might not plan. So plan if it helps you in your confidence. All right? Hopefully you enjoyed this topic, and if you think anybody else needs to hear this message, then please go ahead and share it. I'm sure they'd appreciate it, and I would too. This has been Course Income Secrets, the entrepreneur's blueprint to generating income from the e-learning boom. Some of your friends need to hear this message, so don't forget to share. For more content like this, go to CourseIncomeSecrets.com and make sure to subscribe and follow us here. My name is Jean-Serge Gagnon. Until next time.